to another Paranormal Roads, and we are headed eastward once again. 2 weeks ago it was Penhurst. This week it is the Exchange Hotel in Gordonville, Virginia. Never been there before, but they're having a Paracon there. I've been asked to speak, so I'm going to go speak, and then there's going to be an investigation on Saturday night. So should be pretty good. I've looked up a bit of history on the location. You know, kind of sad. It was used as a hospital during the Civil War. They estimate about 70,000 troops were tended to at this location, and 700 had been buried there. They've since been moved from the area, but you never know. Sometimes I miss a few bodies. So what I'm going to speak about for this particular event is history and the paranormal, digging for history in regards to paranormal research and giving spirits a voice. You know, that's one of the things that we do as paranormal investigators. We become a voice for those spirits that can't otherwise be heard. I will talk about the Goldenrod Showboat and what happens when we don't preserve these type of locations. So that's become a whole new element within this presentation, is the preservation of this history of these haunted locations. Yeah, you stay there. I'm going through the yellow light. So, in any case, I'm kind of going southish. It's more like southeast. So this is definitely a cool paranormal road, and I do mean paranormal because if you go back up there, that intersection that I was at, and I had to turn, and I didn't record it, but if I would have kept going straight through Upperville at night, that road is really freaking creepy. There's some old cemeteries down there. The mist, the time that I was there, the mist kind of hung in the night. You go through these little old towns and stuff. That's definitely a paranormal road. So this here is a paranormal road today because we're headed down to a paranormal place. So that makes it a paranormal road, which is most any road, isn't it? Welcome to the historic Exchange Hotel. This building is actually not the original building that was on the property. The railroad's always been out here. Originally, there was a tavern here which serviced the railroad. Depot's right over there. We'll go take a look at it in a moment. But after that tavern burned down, this hotel was built on top of it. Now, during the Civil War, the hotel was repurposed as a hospital, and some 70,000 troops were tended to here. About 700 were buried on the property. I guess maybe about 900 actually died, and the bodies that were buried here were later moved. And of course, when you move a mass grave like that, you may not always get everything. But after the Civil War, it was again repurposed as a hotel, and like most historic sites, eventually started to become run down a little bit. The current owners have done a fantastic job of restoring it, bringing it back to its original glory, and we're going to go ahead and take a little walkthrough of it. This is the original 1840s freight depot. Part of it did burn during the Civil War, about 30% of it. They basically just sectioned it off and then re-walled it. It's been pushed back off of the railroad tracks at this time, since it is a old structure and it's no longer in use. It's used here now. They've used it as a haunted house. It's also been used as a small little convention center. It's about to get refurbished again, so it can be a better convention center for the house here. During the Civil War, bodies were stacked in here, and walking into it, it does have a really, really heavy feeling. So there's been a lot of death that has just sat around within this old freight depot. Report of soldier's death. Post at Gordonville, Virginia. General Hospital, September 9, 1863. Private Jeremiah J. Fauché.
Are you one of the ladies that stayed here in this parlor?
That's the box in the middle of the floor that's glowing red. Or you have the little green light is on the bed over here. I wonder if you touch those, you can use them to communicate with us. Maybe I'll just back this up a little bit and introduce myself. My name is Mike. It's a pleasure to meet you. I was also a soldier a number of years ago. A little bit different time and place. I'd love to talk with you about your experiences, where you come from, maybe a little about your family.
And when his father came, his father said that he sat with him for the next week or so, and nobody ever checked on his son. He said that no attendant nursed his wounds or dressed his wounds properly and things like that. And after his son died here, did like a medical, was it like an inquisition or something, where he filed charges against the hospital here.
Jeremiah, are you here? Are you having a hard time breathing?
There's a figure. Danny, raise your hand. It's gone.
Well, like I said, I keep hearing somebody talking over here beside me, sighing, whispering, all the above.
You back there by the fireplace with the bed?
It's like right over here. Like I said, I know I clearly heard a whisper. And like I said, you heard the same whisper.
Did you hear a yes too when they said, did they take good care of you? Did you hear a yes?
It was something similar to
Someone
a yes,
said-
yeah.
Did anybody whisper
I
yes?
just got shepherd and wings.
Can you sigh or say yes again, so we can confirm that was you?
You say I heard it right before that said
Okay,
something.
here's a word I have no idea. Akasha.
Akasha,
I
the
heard
Akasha
it say
Records.
that before it could
S-H-A.
register.
Yeah,
The Akasha Records.
yeah.
And then wings.
Chicken.
Are you trying to tell us about something divine?
Power,
I think
Akasha,
divine, too.
sacrifice. Please, stars. Living, head.
You said living and head?
Yes.
Living head, you got stars, you got Akasha, you got wings. Are you describing to us a scene from the other side? This weekend was great. We had a great time at the Paracon at the Exchange Hotel. Everybody was an absolute pleasure to meet. A couple of old faces that I knew from the past, like Clay Smith and Howie Odell. It was great to see them. And then met some new friends as well. I need to thank Rosalind Bound for putting me onto that event, and then Angel May for putting it all together. It was a great event. And then we had the investigation afterward, and it was really an absolute pleasure being at such a historic location. It has a dark history from the Civil War, but it also has an interesting history from its time along the railroad. So, as a hotel, as a Freedmen's Bureau. I wasn't aware of that until sometime later on in the day. So yeah, definitely interesting history. You know, I love that, and so we'll definitely have to make a trip of it again sometime soon. So thanks again for traveling with me down the Paranormal Roads. Until next time. My eyes are not bloodshot. Even though I was up late driving last night. That one's already green up there. See if we can make it. Oh, he blew me out. Don't.